Hey everyone, welcome back to Study Smart, where we simplify concepts for you. I'm an ISTQB certified tester, and today we're diving into a key part of the testing process: test activities, testware, and test rules. Whether you're starting out or refreshing your knowledge, this video will help you understand what makes testing effective and organized. Testing isn't one size fits all process. It's context dependent, which means we shape our approach to fit each project. But there's a high level test process with common activities that guide us to achieve our goals. This process is like a roadmap that we can adapt based on factors like project types, resources, and requirements. Let's explore these main activities and how they keep testing on track. At the heart of any testing process are the core activities. Imagine these as stages in a play, each one essential for a complete performance. And here is a quick overview. First, test planning. This is where we set the stage. We define our objectives and choose the best testing approach, working within project constraints to make a solid plan. Then, the testing, monitoring, and control. Throughout the process, we are like a director, checking in, comparing process against our plan, and making adjustments if needed. Test analysis. Here we break down the project to decide what we need to test. We analyze the requirements and prioritize features and conditions that need testing. And then test design. Once we know what to test, we define how to do it. We create detailed test cases, test data, and identify coverage items. And then we go to the test implementation. In this stage, we build the tools we need to execute tests, including creating scripts, organizing test suites, and setting up the test environment. And then the test execution. This is a show time. We run the tests, log the results and analyze any anomalies to identify defects. And finally, we wrap up with the test completion. We create a report, archive useful testware, and identify lessons learned for the next project. In real world projects, testing doesn't happen in isolation. It adapts to a range of factors unique to each context. Let's break down the main factors that shape our test process and influence every decision from planning to execution. First, we have the stakeholders. The needs and expectations of stakeholders impact the testing objectives and priorities. Their level of risk tolerance and cooperation can shape everything from test scope to reporting. Then the team members. Testing also depends on the skills, experience, and availability of team members. For example, a highly skilled team might allow for more exploratory testing, while a less experienced team may require detailed test cases and documentation. We have also the business domain. Testing critically varies across domains. Testing a medical device demands far stricter requirements and documentation than testing a social media app due to the safety and regulatory standards involved. Then we have the technical factors. The technology stack and product architecture can also influence testing. Complex systems, like those involving embedded software or real time processing, often require specialized testing techniques and tools. And also, project constraints like time, budget, and scope define what's feasible. Limited time may lead to prioritizing high risk areas, while larger budget could allow for comprehensive coverage and automation. We have also the organizational factors. The company's structure, policies, and testing culture all play a role. In organizations with a strong quality culture, testing might start earlier, and involve more stakeholders. And also the tools and technology. Available tools influence how we approach testing. In highly regulated industries, tools must meet strict compliance standards, while agile environments may use flexible, lightweight tools for quick feedback. And we have also the testing strategy and techniques. The testing approach itself depends on the project's needs and objectives. Whether we're using automated tests, manual exploratory testing, or specific test techniques like boundary testing or regression, and by the way, we will see this later, our strategy and techniques are tailored to provide the most effective coverage possible. And finally, we have the user and market requirements and user expectations and market needs impact testing priorities and focus areas. For example, performance, usability, and reliability are key factors for user satisfaction, while localization needs or specific features may be necessary to appeal to particular market segments. So each of these factors tailors our approach, showing that effective testing is never one size fits all. It's a strategic process adapted to meet specific project needs and challenges. As we work through these activities, we create Testware. This includes everything we produce during testing, like test plans, scripts, and logs. Think of Testware as our testing toolkit. By managing these assets properly, we ensure consistency and make it easier to revisit and reuse Testware in the future. In the test planning phase, we lay the foundation for our testing efforts. Here, Testware includes the test plan itself, outlining objectives, scope, approach, and resources. We also develop the test schedule, mapping out when each testing activity will occur and identify entry and exit criteria. These define when testing starts and when it's complete. We might also create a risk register to document potential risks, their likelihood, and mitigation strategies. In test monitoring and control, we're tracking progress. Here, Testware includes test progress reports that log our advancement, issues, and any adjustments made. This phase also produces control directives, which are like decision documents for any changes needed to keep testing aligned with project goals. We also update risk information as we go. In the test analysis phase, we dive into what needs testing by producing test conditions. These are specific items to check, often linked to project requirements or risk levels. Any defects found in the requirements are reported here as well. Our goal is to create testware that directly reflects what matters most to stakeholders, ensuring we're on target to meet project objectives. Next, in test design, we transform our test conditions into actionable test cases. Testware here includes test cases and test charters for exploratory testing. We also identify coverage items which outline what each test case should cover. Additionally, we define test data requirements to ensure we have realistic data, and we document test environments requirements to specify everything we need for a successful test setup. In test implementation, we prepare everything for execution. Here, testware includes test procedures and test suites. We might also create automated test scripts if automation is involved. We assemble these into a test execution schedule to keep our tests organized, and we make sure the test environment is ready and functional. execution. It's all about action. During test execution, it's all about action. Testware here includes test logs where we document what happens during each test and defect reports to record any issues found. Each test result is logged and compared with expected results, creating a valuable record of performance. At the test completion stage, we're wrapping things up and preparing for the future. Testware here includes the test completion report, which summarizes what was done, what was found, and what's next. We document lessons learned to improve future projects and identify action items for follow up or improvement. Any testware that could be useful for future projects is archived or handed over. Finally, let's talk about roles in testing. In most projects, there are two key roles: the test management role and the testing role. For the test management role, this is the leadership role, responsible for planning, monitoring, and completing the test process. Think of it like a captain of the ship, keeping everything on course. About the testing role, this is the engineering side, focused on analyzing, designing, and implementing and executing the tests. The tester is in the trenches, identifying and solving issues. Depending on the project and organization, these roles can be flexible. For example, in agile teams, for instance, some management tasks are often shared across the team. That's the overview of the test process, testware, and testing role. I hope this breakdown helped you see how structured testing can be while staying flexible to fit any project. In our next video, we will explore more testing techniques, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay tuned. As always, leave any questions in the comments below. I'm here to help you study smart. See you next time!